Have you ever felt like you're living in a bubble, cut off from the world? Like a lone wolf, prowling the edges of life, watching others connect and grow while you stay in the shadows? Well, what if I told you that stepping out of that bubble could change everything? That's right, breaking out of isolation isn't just about being more social. It's about unlocking a whole new level of spiritual growth and becoming a beacon for others. This journey from lone wolf to community leader isn't just possible, it's your birthright. And today, we're going to explore how you can make it happen. Let's face it, being alone can feel safe. In your own little world, you don't have to deal with other people's drama, expectations, or judgments. You can do what you want when you want. Sounds pretty good, right? But here's the catch. This isolation is like a cozy trap. It might feel comfortable, but it's holding you back from something amazing. Think about it. When we stay in our bubble, we miss out on so much that life has to offer. It's like watching a movie through a keyhole. You might catch glimpses of the action, but you're not really part of the story. And when it comes to your spiritual journey, isolation can be a real roadblock. You see, our spiritual growth isn't just about what happens inside our own heads. It's about how we connect with the world around us, how we learn from others, and how we share our own light. When we're stuck in isolation, it's like we're trying to grow a plant in a dark closet. Sure, it might survive, but it'll never truly thrive. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds great, but I'm not a people person. I can't just magically transform into some spiritual guru. Don't worry, that's not what we're talking about here. This journey from lone wolf to community leader isn't about forcing yourself to be someone you're not. It's about gradually expanding your circle, step by step, in a way that feels right for you. In this video, we're going to explore how you can go from being alone to becoming a spiritual guide for others. And the best part? You don't need any special skills or knowledge to get started. All you need is the willingness to take that first step out of your comfort zone. We'll look at why we sometimes choose isolation and how it might be holding us back. We'll explore the incredible benefits of spiritual connection, how opening up to others can supercharge your own growth. And don't worry, we'll break it all down into simple, doable steps that anyone can follow. Here's the thing about big changes. They don't happen overnight. You don't go from lone wolf to community leader in one giant leap. Instead, it's all about small, consistent steps. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with a neighbor you usually avoid, or joining an online forum about a spiritual topic you're interested in. These might seem like tiny actions, but they're the building blocks of something much bigger. As we go through this journey together, remember that it's okay to take it slow. You don't have to suddenly become a social butterfly or start leading meditation retreats. The goal is to gradually expand your comfort zone, opening yourself up to new connections and experiences at your own pace. Before we can break out of our isolation bubble, we need to understand why we're in it in the first place. For some of us, it might be a fear of rejection or judgment. Maybe we've been hurt in the past and decided it's safer to keep to ourselves. Or perhaps we've convinced ourselves that we're just not good with people. These reasons are totally valid, and it's important to acknowledge them. But here's the thing. Just because we understand why we're isolated doesn't mean we have to stay that way. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards changing them. Think about your own life. Are there times when you've chosen solitude over connection? Maybe you've skipped social events, avoided deep conversations, or shied away from spiritual communities. These are all forms of isolation, and they're more common than you might think. The good news is, once we start to see these patterns, we can start to change them. And that's where the real magic happens. When we start to break out of our isolation, something amazing happens. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripples spread out, affecting not just us, but everyone around us. As we open ourselves up to new connections, we create opportunities for growth, both for ourselves and for others. Think about it this way. Every time you share a bit of your spiritual journey with someone else, you're not just helping yourself. You're potentially lighting a spark in them too. Maybe your story resonates with their own experiences. Maybe your insights help them see things in a new way. Without even realizing it, you're becoming a guide for others. This is how we go from lone wolf to community leader. It's not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about being willing to share our journey, to connect authentically with others, and to grow together. Now, let's talk about why this matters so much. When we open up to others, we open up to new spiritual experiences. It's like upgrading from a solo hike to joining an expedition team. Suddenly, you have access to new perspectives, new insights, and new ways of understanding the world. Imagine you're struggling with a particular spiritual concept. When you're isolated, you might spend hours going in circles, trying to figure it out on your own. But when you're connected to a community, you can share your thoughts, hear different viewpoints, and learn from others' experiences. This doesn't just speed up your growth. It often takes it in exciting new directions you might never have discovered on your own. And it's not just about learning from others. When we connect with like-minded individuals, we create a support system that can lift us up during tough times. Have you ever felt discouraged on your spiritual journey? Felt like you're not making progress or doubting your path? In those moments, having a community to turn to can make all the difference. Now, I know that reaching out can feel scary, especially if you've been in your bubble for a while. It takes courage to open up, to make yourself vulnerable, to risk rejection or misunderstanding. But here's the thing, that courage is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Maybe it's leaving a thoughtful comment on a spiritual blog post, or sharing a meaningful quote on social media. These might seem like tiny actions, but they're the first steps towards breaking out of your isolation. Remember, you don't have to bare your soul right away. It's okay to start with surface-level connections and gradually go deeper as you feel more comfortable. The key is to keep taking those small steps, even when it feels uncomfortable. As you start to reach out, you'll begin to find your spiritual tribe. These are the people who resonate with your journey, who understand your experiences, who support your growth. They might not all think exactly like you. In fact, it's often the differences that help us grow the most. But they'll share your commitment to spiritual growth and authentic connection. Your tribe might be a local meditation group, an online forum, or just a few close friends who share your interests. The form doesn't matter as much as the connection. What matters is that you're no longer walking your path alone. As you connect more with others, you'll likely find that your own spiritual journey accelerates. It's like you've been pedaling a bike on your own, and suddenly you're part of a peloton, drafting off each other's energy and momentum. You might discover new practices that resonate with you. You might gain insights that shift your perspective. You might find yourself challenged in ways that push you to grow. All of this is part of the journey from lone wolf to community leader. And here's something really cool. As you grow, you'll naturally start to guide others on their journey. It might start small. Maybe you share a technique that's helped you, or offer words of encouragement to someone who's struggling. But over time, you might find yourself taking on more formal leadership roles, organizing events, or even teaching. There's a beautiful paradox in this journey. By breaking out of our isolation and connecting with others, we often discover a deeper connection with ourselves. As we share our experiences, listen to others, and engage in spiritual practices together, we gain new insights into our own path. It's like looking in a mirror, but instead of seeing just our own reflection, we see ourselves in relation to the whole cosmic tapestry. We start to understand our place in the grand scheme of things, not as isolated individuals, but as interconnected beings, each playing our unique part in the universe. This shift in perspective can be truly transformative. Suddenly, our personal struggles and triumphs take on new meaning. We see how our journey isn't just about us, but about how we can contribute to the collective growth of humanity. As we step out of our isolation bubble, we're stepping into the unknown. We don't know exactly how our connections will unfold, what challenges we'll face, or where this journey will ultimately lead us. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's exciting. This embrace of the unknown is a key part of spiritual growth. It's about trusting the process, being open to new experiences, and having faith that each step is leading us where we need to go. Remember, every spiritual leader, every community guide, every person who's made a positive impact on others, they all started exactly where you are now. They took that first step out of isolation, embraced the journey of connection, and allowed themselves to grow into their role as a guide for others. As you continue on this path, you'll start to see the ripple effect in action. Maybe you share a helpful insight in a group discussion, and someone tells you later how much it meant to them. Or perhaps you organize a small gathering for spiritual practice, and it grows into a regular event that touches many lives. These moments are incredibly rewarding. They show us that by working on our own growth and reaching out to others, we can have a positive impact far beyond what we might have imagined. And here's the really amazing thing. This ripple effect doesn't just stop with the people you directly interact with. As they grow and connect with others, the positive impact continues to spread. In this way, your journey from isolation to connection can ultimately touch countless lives. It's important to remember that this journey from lone wolf to community leader isn't a one-time transformation. It's an ongoing process of growth, connection, and discovery. There will be times when you feel like retreating back into your bubble, and that's okay. The key is to recognize these moments for what they are: opportunities for deeper growth and self-understanding. Maybe you need some time for solo reflection, or perhaps you're facing a challenge that's pushing you to grow in new ways. These moments of apparent setback are often where the most profound growth happens. The difference now is that you're not facing these challenges alone. You have a community to support you, to offer perspective, to remind you of your strength when you forget. And in turn, your experiences become a source of wisdom that can help others on their journey. So, what does it mean to be a galactic community leader? It's not about having some grand title or a huge following. It's about recognizing that your spiritual journey is part of something much bigger than yourself. Just as galaxies are made up of countless stars, each playing its part in the cosmic dance, our spiritual community is made up of individuals, each on their own unique journey, yet all interconnected. As a galactic community leader, you're someone who recognizes this interconnection and actively works to strengthen it. This might mean organizing events that bring people together. It might mean sharing your wisdom through writing or speaking. It might mean simply being a compassionate listener for those who are struggling. Whatever form it takes, your leadership is about creating spaces for connection, growth, and shared exploration of the spiritual path. As you step into this role of community leader, remember that your greatest strength is your authenticity. You don't need to pretend to have all the answers or to be further along your path than you are. In fact, it's often our vulnerabilities and ongoing struggles that allow us to connect most deeply with others. Share your real experiences, the challenges as well as the triumphs. Be open about what you're learning and where you're still growing. This kind of honest, authentic leadership creates a space where others feel safe to be themselves, to ask questions, to explore without fear of judgment. As a galactic community leader, you have the opportunity to create connections that go beyond the ordinary. These are the kind of connections that make us feel part of something greater than ourselves, that remind us of our place in the vast, beautiful tapestry of existence. This might involve organizing stargazing events where people can come together to contemplate the vastness of the universe. It might mean facilitating discussions about the nature of consciousness or the meaning of life. Or it could be as simple as creating a regular space for people to meditate together, syncing their breath and their intention in a powerful group experience. These cosmic connections remind us that we're not just isolated individuals, but part of a grand, interconnected whole. They help us to see our personal journeys in a larger context and to recognize the profound impact we can have on the world around us. As you continue to grow and lead, you'll likely find that the ripple effect of your actions becomes more and more pronounced. What started as small steps out of isolation can grow into a wave of positive change, touching lives far beyond your immediate circle. You might inspire others to start their own groups or initiatives. You might see ideas you've shared take on a life of their own, evolving and spreading in ways you never anticipated. You might even find yourself connected to a global network of spiritual seekers and leaders, all working together to raise the collective consciousness of humanity. This is the true power of breaking out of isolation and embracing your role as a community leader. It's not just about your personal growth anymore. It's about contributing to the growth and evolution of our entire species. As we wrap up this exploration of the journey from lone wolf to galactic community leader, remember that this is your journey. There's no one right way to do it, no specific timeline you need to follow. The key is to keep taking those small steps, to keep reaching out, to keep growing. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth. Celebrate the connections you make along the way. And always remember that by working on your own growth and reaching out to others, you're contributing to something much bigger than yourself. You're not just breaking out of your own isolation bubble. You're helping to create a more connected, compassionate, and spiritually aware world. And that, my friend, is truly a cosmic achievement. So, are you ready to take that next step? To reach out, connect, and begin your journey from lone wolf to galactic community leader? The universe is waiting for you to shine your light. It's time to break free and become the beacon you were always meant to be. Stepping out of the shadows. Now that we've explored the journey from isolation to connection, let's talk about how to actually make it happen. Breaking out of your bubble might seem daunting, but remember, every great journey begins with a single step. And in this case, those first steps can be surprisingly simple. Start with something small. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with the person next to you in line at the coffee shop, or leaving a thoughtful comment on a spiritual blog post you enjoy. These might seem like tiny actions, but they're powerful. Each one is a crack in the wall of your isolation, letting in a little more light. Don't worry if these interactions feel awkward at first. That's totally normal. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You might wobble a bit at the start, but with practice, you'll find your balance. The key is to keep trying, even when it feels uncomfortable. One great way to start connecting is by sharing something you're passionate about. Maybe you've had a profound meditation experience, or you've read a book that really resonated with you. When you share these things, you're not just making conversation, you're offering a piece of yourself. And often, you'll find that others respond in kind, creating a genuine connection. As you start to reach out, remember that connection isn't just about talking, it's about listening too. In fact, sometimes being a good listener is the most powerful way to connect with others. When you really listen to someone, giving them your full attention, you're sending a powerful message. You matter. Your thoughts and feelings are important. Try this. The next time you're in a conversation, focus on truly understanding the other person. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Instead, listen with curiosity. Ask questions that show you're engaged. You might be surprised at how much you learn and how quickly you can form a deep connection. This kind of active listening isn't just good for building relationships, it's a spiritual practice in itself. It helps us step outside our own perspective and see the world through someone else's eyes. And that kind of empathy and understanding is at the heart of true spiritual growth. As you become more comfortable reaching out, you might want to create spaces for deeper connections. This could be as simple as inviting a few friends over for a discussion group or organizing a meditation circle in your local park. The key to these gatherings is to create a safe, welcoming atmosphere where people feel comfortable opening up. Set some ground rules like confidentiality and non-judgment to help everyone feel at ease. And remember, you don't need to have all the answers. Your role is to facilitate, not to lecture. These spaces can become powerful catalysts for growth and connection. They give people a chance to explore spiritual ideas together, to share their experiences, and to support each other on their journeys. And as the organizer, you'll find yourself naturally stepping into a leadership role, guiding the group's exploration. As you continue to reach out and connect, you'll start to find your spiritual tribe. These are the people who resonate with your journey, who understand your experiences, who support your growth. They might not all think exactly like you. In fact, it's often the differences that help us grow the most. But they'll share your commitment to spiritual growth and authentic connection. Your tribe might be a local meditation group, an online forum, or just a few close friends who share your interests. The form doesn't matter as much as the connection. What matters is that you're no longer walking your path alone. Don't be afraid to explore different groups or communities until you find the one that feels right for you. It's like trying on clothes. Sometimes you need to try a few before you find the perfect fit. And remember, your spiritual tribe might evolve over time as you grow and change. That's perfectly normal. One of the most beautiful things about finding your spiritual tribe is the way you can grow together. When you're surrounded by people who are also committed to their spiritual journey, You create a kind of positive feedback loop. Each person's growth inspires and supports the others. You might find yourself trying new spiritual practices because a friend recommended them, or gaining new insights from a group discussion, or finding the courage to face a personal challenge because you see others in your community doing the same. This shared growth isn't just more effective, it's more joyful too. There's something truly special about celebrating each other's breakthroughs, supporting each other through challenges, and exploring the mysteries of life together. As you become more connected to your spiritual community, you'll find yourself in a beautiful dance of giving and receiving. Sometimes you'll be the one offering support, insights, or encouragement. Other times, you'll be the one receiving these gifts from others. This dance is an important part of spiritual growth. It teaches us humility, to recognize that we don't have all the answers and that we can learn from everyone around us. It teaches us generosity, to freely share our gifts without expecting anything in return. And it teaches us gratitude, to appreciate the support and wisdom we receive from others. Remember, true spiritual leadership isn't about always being the teacher. It's about being willing to be both student and teacher, to give and receive, to lead and to follow as the situation requires. As your connections grow stronger, you might find yourself naturally taking on more of a leadership role in your community. This doesn't mean you need to appoint yourself as a guru or start giving lectures. Instead, think of yourself as a bridge builder. You might connect people who you think would benefit from knowing each other. Or you might bring together different groups or traditions to explore common ground. You might even find yourself bridging the gap between spiritual seekers and the wider community, helping to bring spiritual principles into everyday life. This role of bridge builder is crucial in our often divided world. By creating connections between different people and ideas, you're helping to weave a stronger, more resilient social fabric. You're creating spaces where people can come together despite their differences, to explore the deep questions of life. As you step into this role of community builder and bridge maker, you'll start to see the ripple effect in action. Maybe you organize a small meditation group, and one of the participants is inspired to start a similar group in their workplace. Or perhaps a conversation you facilitate leads to a community service project that touches many lives. These moments are incredibly rewarding. They show us that by working on our own growth and reaching out to others, we can have a positive impact far beyond what we might have imagined. And here's the really amazing thing. This ripple effect doesn't just stop with the people you directly interact with. As they grow and connect with others, the positive impact continues to spread. In this way, your journey from isolation to connection can ultimately touch countless lives. As you continue on this path, you may find yourself naturally stepping into the role of a spiritual guide for others. This doesn't mean you have all the answers or that you're more spiritual than anyone else. It simply means that you're a bit further along on certain parts of the path, and you're willing to share what you've learned. Being a guide might involve offering advice when asked, sharing techniques that have helped you, or simply being a compassionate listener for someone who's struggling. It's about shining a light on the path for others, while recognizing that their journey is their own. Remember, the best guides are those who remain students themselves. Stay curious, keep learning, and always be open to new insights, especially from those you're guiding. This humble, open approach not only makes you a better leader, but it also creates a space where everyone feels empowered to share their own wisdom. As you step into more of a leadership role in your spiritual community, it's important to be prepared for the challenges that can come with it. You might face criticism or doubt, both from others and from your own inner voice. You might struggle with the responsibility of guiding others. You might even face burnout if you're not careful. These challenges are normal, and they're actually opportunities for deeper growth. They push us to examine our motivations, to practice what we preach, and to continually refine our understanding. When facing these challenges, remember to practice self-care. Make sure you're still nurturing your own spiritual practice. Don't be afraid to set boundaries when needed. And remember, it's okay to admit when you don't know something or when you've made a mistake. This kind of authenticity and vulnerability can actually make you a stronger, more relatable leader. As you continue to grow in your role as a spiritual guide and community leader, you'll find yourself navigating increasingly complex and rewarding territory. You're no longer just breaking out of your own isolation. You're actively shaping a cosmic community that extends far beyond your immediate circle. This cosmic community isn't bound by physical location or even by shared beliefs. It's a network of souls all engaged in the journey of growth and discovery. As a leader in this community, your role is to help weave the connections that bind us all together. One way to do this is by organizing events that bring people together on a deeper level. This could be a meditation retreat, a spiritual discussion group, or even a community service project with a spiritual focus. The key is to create experiences that help people feel connected not just to each other, but to something greater than themselves. For example, you might organize a night of stargazing combined with guided meditation. As people gaze up at the vastness of the universe, you could lead them in a reflection on their place in the cosmic order. This kind of experience can be profoundly transformative, helping people to see their lives and challenges from a broader perspective. Another powerful way to build cosmic community is through the use of shared intention. This could take the form of a global meditation event where people from all over the world come together, virtually or in person, to focus their energy on a common goal, like peace or healing for the planet. These kinds of events tap into the power of collective consciousness. They remind us that we're all connected, that our thoughts and intentions have power, and that together we can create positive change in the world. As a leader, your role in these events is to hold the space, to guide the intention, and to help people understand the deeper significance of what they're doing. You're not just organizing an event, you're facilitating a cosmic connection. One of the beautiful things about a truly cosmic community is its diversity. As your circle expands, you'll encounter people from all walks of life, with a wide range of beliefs and practices. This diversity is a strength, not a challenge to be overcome. Your role as a leader is to help people see the unity in this diversity. You can do this by focusing on the common threads that run through different spiritual traditions, by encouraging open and respectful dialogue, and by creating spaces where people can share their unique perspectives. Remember, the goal isn't to make everyone think alike. It's to create a community where everyone feels valued and where we can all learn from each other's unique wisdom and experiences. As you step into your role as a galactic community leader, you'll find yourself naturally adopting a broader perspective on life. You'll start to see how individual actions and local events fit into a larger cosmic pattern. This galactic perspective doesn't mean losing touch with everyday reality. Instead, it means being able to shift between the immediate and the infinite, the personal and the universal. It's about seeing the cosmic significance in small acts of kindness and understanding how grand universal principles play out in our daily lives. Share this perspective with your community. Help them to see their own lives and actions from this broader viewpoint. This can be incredibly empowering, helping people to understand the true impact of their choices and the real significance of their spiritual journey. One of the most important roles you'll play as a galactic community leader is nurturing the next generation of leaders. Look for those in your community who show potential, those who are eager to learn, who naturally support others, who bring new ideas and energy to the group. Mentor these future leaders. Share your experiences with them, give them opportunities to take on responsibilities, and support them as they find their own unique way of contributing to the community. Remember, your goal isn't to create clones of yourself, but to empower others to discover and express their own spiritual gifts. Each new leader will bring their own perspective and strengths, further enriching the cosmic community. As your role in the community grows, it can be easy to get caught up in the external aspects of leadership, organizing events, mediating discussions, supporting others. But it's crucial to remember that your effectiveness as a leader is rooted in your own spiritual practice. Make sure to carve out time for your personal growth and reflection. This might mean setting aside time each day for meditation, going on solo retreats, or simply taking walks in nature to reconnect with your inner wisdom. This personal practice isn't selfish. It's what enables you to show up fully for your community. It's the wellspring from which you draw the insights and energy you share with others. As you lead others on this cosmic journey, you'll inevitably encounter shadows, both your own and those of your community. These might take the form of conflicts within the group, personal doubts and fears, or challenging questions that shake the foundations of your beliefs. Don't shy away from these shadows. They're not obstacles to be avoided, but opportunities for deeper growth and understanding. When conflicts arise in your community, see them as chances to practice compassion and to find higher solutions that benefit everyone. When you encounter your own doubts and fears, bring them into the light. Share them with trusted members of your community. This kind of vulnerability not only helps you grow, but it also shows others that it's okay to be imperfect, that the spiritual journey isn't about achieving some state of perpetual bliss, but about continually growing and learning. As we wrap up this exploration of the journey from lone wolf to galactic community leader, it's important to remember that this isn't a destination you reach and then stop. It's an ongoing journey of growth, connection, and discovery. There will always be new challenges to face, new insights to gain, new ways to expand your cosmic community. Embrace this ongoing evolution. Let yourself be continually amazed by the depths of human potential and the vastness of the cosmic dance we're all part of. You've come a long way from that isolated bubble you started in. You've broken free from the limitations of the lone wolf mentality and stepped into your power as a galactic community leader. But this isn't the end of your journey. It's really just the beginning. As you continue to grow and lead, remember that your greatest impact may be the one you never directly see. The ripples of your actions will spread far beyond your immediate circle, touching lives in ways you can't imagine. Your cosmic legacy isn't measured in the size of your following or the grandeur of your events. It's in the lives you've touched, the connections you've fostered, the light you've helped others discover within themselves. So keep reaching out, keep connecting, keep exploring the vast, beautiful mystery of existence. And most of all, keep sharing your unique light with the world. Because in the end, that's what being a galactic community leader is all about. Shining your light so brightly that it inspires others to shine theirs too. You're no longer just breaking the isolation bubble. You're helping to create a new reality, one of cosmic connection and shared growth. And in doing so, you're playing your part in the evolution of human consciousness. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. You've taken many steps already, transforming from a lone wolf into a beacon of cosmic community. Now, as you look to the future, know that the universe is waiting for your next move. What new connections will you forge? What new understanding will you uncover? What new light will you shine into the world? The cosmic stage is set, and your role in this grand universal play is unfolding. Embrace it with joy, with courage, and with the knowledge that you are never truly alone. You are a vital part of the cosmic community, a leader in the galactic dance of life. So step forward boldly into your role as a galactic community leader. The universe is not just watching. It's participating with you, supporting you, growing through you. Your journey continues, and the best is yet to come.